Hello, welcome to the Land of Yak Yak. My name is Laurel. This is going to be a little bit of a different video than I usually do. This is going to be a reading of the introduction to the Eclectic Manual of Methods for the Assistance of Teachers. If you are somebody who uses, Ray's Arithmetic or the McGuffey Readers or Harvey's Grammar, among a couple other resources that are going to be discussed in this manual, this might be a helpful video for you. I know I mentioned a while back I pre-ordered the new edition of The Writing Revolution, and I was going to go through that book with you guys, but it's not going to be, it says it's not going to be delivered until like July. And in the meantime, so I've been very impatiently waiting for that to come. In the meantime, though, somebody mentioned this to me, the Eclectic Manual of Methods, and I actually never heard of it. It's in the public domain. I will link it for you. So I went to check out what it was and printed it off. If you use any of the Eclectic, suite of resources, this manual will give you more of an insight into how they were intended to be used at the time. Let me just read you the introduction today, and you can decide if this is something that would be of benefit to you. The Eclectic Manual Introduction. This manual is the outgrowth of numerous requests from young and inexperienced teachers of country district schools in nearly every part of the United States for assistance in their work. While it is therefore addressed particularly to this class, it is hoped that it contains many suggestions that will prove useful also to teachers generally. During the past few years, there has been a strenuous effort made in many states to evolve some degree of symmetry and order out of the chaos in which the ungraded schools have heretofore existed. Superintendents have held meetings and discussed methods and the proper use of textbooks. They have also in many cases issued manuals to their teachers, setting forth the results of the conferences and making many valuable suggestions as to the future conduct of the schools. These manuals, although frequently differing in unessential details, agree in recommending a definite and uniform course of study, and, as far as may be possible, a uniformity of textbooks and classes. Wherever these suggestions of these superintendents have been followed, the schools without exception have been improved in character. But many difficulties confront the inexperienced teacher, regarding which he receives no aid from the superintendent's manual. Not the least of these, perhaps, is owing to the fact that he does not understand how to use his textbooks to the best advantage. In order to use a book properly, a teacher must know what the aim of the book is, on what plan it has been constructed, and in conformity with what method, how far its text is merely suggestive, etc. As the Eclectic Educational Series is used very generally in the district schools throughout the country, the publishers feel themselves called upon to aid in supplying such information in regard to these books, and their use as will assist the teacher in securing the best possible results. With this object in view, the following books of the Eclectic Educational Series have received full and careful treatment: McGuffey's Revised Eclectic Primer, Readers and Spelling Book, the New Eclectic Penmanship, Ray's New Primary, Intellectual and Practical Arithmetics, the New Eclectic Elementary and Complete Geographies, Harvey's Revised Elementary Grammar and Composition, Harvey's Revised English Grammar, the Eclectic History of the United States, the Eclectic Physiology and Hygiene. The several books mentioned have been prepared in conformity with those modern methods of teaching which are recognized by the most advanced instructors as the best. It has been the endeavor to show in this manual what the method is for each subject and how it should be applied. Suggestions as to details have been given wherever it is felt they will be of service, but they must be viewed in the proper light as mere suggestions. For example, it is by no means desired to convey the impression that in our opinion the plan suggested for conducting the opening lesson in McGuffey's Revised Eclectic First Reader is the only proper plan for conducting that lesson. The same is true of all similar suggestions. It is not intended that they should be followed servilely, but simply be accepted as hints. Each teacher must necessarily originate his own plan of conducting a lesson. Originality in this respect is indeed a necessary element of success, for the teacher must be able to recognize the particular needs of his own school and must adapt his teaching to those demands. No amount of suggestions will give this power, nor can anyone teach the knack of imparting information to others. It is a well-known fact that many a wise man is a very poor teacher, owing to deficiency in this respect. A teacher's success, then, depends very largely upon natural gifts, but it also depends upon a thorough knowledge not only of the subjects he teaches, but also of the methods and books that he uses. With this knowledge added to the necessary natural gifts, a teacher, no matter how inexperienced, may look confidently for good results from his teaching. Without it, even the most experienced teacher cannot attain the best results. To supply this necessary information in regard to the books of the Eclectic Educational Series and the aim of this manual, it is issued in the hope that it will prove a valuable assistance to all teachers who are using those books in their schools. Okay, so what piqued my interest about this manual was when they spoke of that you may not know that a teacher may not understand how to use the textbooks to their best advantage. And in order to use a book properly, a teacher must know what the aim of the book is, what plan it has been constructed, and in conformity with what method. So that is what I would like to know some more about these resources. So the first subject they are going to talk about is reading. So I will make an upcoming video and I'll read this chapter. We will talk about, I'll talk about anything that struck my fancy or piqued my interest or whatnot. If you have any questions, comments, anything to add to the discussion, please, the comments are open to this because I know there's a lot of us that are using these resources and may have picked up things along the way themselves that they can contribute to the community. Okay, I will be right back here very soon. Bye.